Hey guys, welcome back to Just Piddling Barbecue. I know it's been a while, probably about a month or so since I've done a video, but I wanted to do a video today to kind of give you an update on my channel and why I haven't made a video in a while. And so that's what I'm going to do today. This is not going to be a cooking video, but there's two reasons why I want to do this video. Number one, I want to do this video for my subscribers to let them know how come I haven't made a video in a little while, and to give them an update on my channel and where it's going from here, and tell them thanks. All my subscribers, a lot of them have sent me messages, you know, we want you back, we want more videos, is everything okay, that kind of thing. And I just want to say thanks to all the subscribers who have sent me messages just wanting to make sure I'm okay and asking me what's going on with the channel and requesting more videos. That means a lot to me, more than you know, and something I didn't really expect. So I just want to say thanks to all of you for your well wishes and your concerns, and also just to let you know that it's really been encouraging, and thanks for sticking with me and my channel. The second reason I want to make the video is for people that may be going through kind of what I've been going through the past couple of months, and are kind of searching YouTube for some answers, or maybe just some comfort to know that they're not the only ones going through, you know, health issues or something like this. And just to kind of let you know that you're not the only one that's going through this kind of thing. So that's what this video is going to be about. So let me start kind of at the beginning. I'll try not to make this too long of a video, but I just want my subscribers to understand why I haven't made a video in a little while, and to give you an update so that in the future, if there's a little gap in between some videos, you know, maybe this will be a heads up as to why that might be the case. Well, let me start at the beginning. I've had battles with AFib for years. AFib being atrial fibrillation, which is when your heart beats irregularly. It may beat fast or slow or both. Mine tends to do all of the above, and it's been in my family for as long as I can remember. My dad had it, my uncle has it, a couple of my aunts have it, my grandpa had it. So I've kind of fought with AFib off and on over the years, but it's never really been that big of an issue. It usually lasts, it may last a couple of hours, it may last a couple of days, but it usually kicks back into rhythm. But in March, I think I woke up one morning and realized my heart was out of rhythm, and as of today, it still hasn't kicked back into rhythm. So we're working on 3 months or so of being out of rhythm. And when you're dealing with AFib and your heart gets out of rhythm, you're very exhausted. You kind of feel like you're jogging as far as your breathing is concerned, but you're not. You're just sitting in your chair, but every so many minutes you feel like you've got to get a breath, and because your heart's beating so fast and irregular, and it's trying to keep your oxygen levels up and all that stuff. So it's very irritating, aggravating. Sometimes I'll be sitting in my chair or you know, somewhere, and it literally feels like I'm being shaken because my heart's beating so irregularly, and it'll beat hard for a couple of beats, and then it'll beat really soft for a couple of beats, and that kind of thing. So it's just a real aggravation. And the scare with AFib is that it can cause you to have a stroke. My dad had 9 strokes. So you know, it is a concern. So that's the first part of the story. Second part of the story, I went to a cardiologist because it had lasted so long and I was just tired of it, and I was exhausted every day. By lunchtime I just wanted to fall on the floor and go to sleep. So I went to see a cardiologist. Go to the cardiologist, we decided that we were going to do a catheter ablation, which is they go in your legs, your leg groin area, into an artery all the way up to your heart, and they kind of cauterize the areas that are misfiring in your heart to prevent it from doing that, and it gets you back into regular rhythm. My uncle had it done, and he said that it was a no-brainer that I should have it done because he hadn't had any issues since then. So we decided we were going to go with the catheter ablation and just get it done and get that over with. Along with the catheter ablation, they scheduled a chest scan just to scan everything, my arteries and all that, to prepare for the ablation. About 15 minutes after I started the ride back home from the chest scan, they call me and tell me that they're going to have to postpone the ablation because they have found some abnormalities in my lungs that concern them. And nobody ever wants to get that kind of phone call. I mean, I guess some people handle it differently. For me, I'm thinking worst case scenario and what are abnormalities, and all that stuff. So I had to schedule an appointment with a pulmonologist. I go see the pulmonologist, and there were several possibilities. Either it was going to be something called sarcoidosis, which I had never heard of before in my life, or it was going to be worst case scenarios, which I didn't want any part of. So at that point, for me, it was, being honest, it was really scary. There was a lot of days that it makes you wonder about, your life, and you think a lot about family and all that kind of stuff. So it was a hard time. So finally I go to the pulmonologist. We talked about what we could do. And so we scheduled a bronchoscopy, which is where they take samples of the abnormalities and send them off and see what's going on. So after the bronchoscopy, it was about a 2-week period. I didn't hear anything from the doctors. He says that if I didn't hear from him, that it wasn't bad, but you still always wondering. For me anyway, everybody kept saying, well, no news is good news, but for me, there's not any news until I hear it from his mouth. So I finally went back the other day for the results, and all the bad stuff, bad possibilities were ruled out, thankfully. And that was the best possible news that I could get. However, I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis. And basically what sarcoidosis is they don't really know what causes it, to be honest with you. There's really not a cure for it. But basically it's a inflammatory disease and an autoimmune disease. And what they think is people with sarcoidosis, they inhale something. So evidently I've inhaled something that my body doesn't like. And when you have sarcoidosis, whatever triggers it, it causes your immune system to react to it, but in a way that causes it to kind of go overboard. And so it causes a lot of little round things. They're called granulomas. And for me, it's in my lungs, which is usually the case with sarcoidosis. So I guess when I was kind of thinking that I was kind of out of breath because of the AFib, I think it was probably a combination of the AFib and this sarcoidosis going on. The good news is right now they don't really think that I need to have any kind of treatment for it. Most of the time, in a lot of cases anyway, it usually goes away on its own. The doctor that I saw usually, he thinks that it's gonna more than likely go away on its own. So that's what I'm hoping for. And he said, you know, once it goes away, I shouldn't have any issues with it after that. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So now I know that it's sarcoidosis and not something more serious. Now I can go back to the cardiologist, hopefully schedule that ablation, have that done, get my heart beating right again, because I'm tired of this AFib, to be honest with you. And then once I get that ablation done, get my heart beating back right, everything else should be good to go. So I'm thankful, very thankful for that part not being more serious. You know, and now that I look back on the whole thing, maybe I shouldn't have worried as much as I did, but I mean, you are who you are, and you're going to react to things the way that you react to them, and there's really nothing you can do about that. So but any of you out there going through something like that with tests and you're not sure what the tests are going to be, the test results are going to be, and you know, you're worried about it and all that, just know that there are other people out there going through the same stuff. And you know, God's good, and he'll get you through it. So so that's kind of what's been going on past couple of months. The reason why I haven't made videos is because, number one, I haven't felt very good. I've started feeling better the past week or two, probably. But then I've had all this other stuff on my mind, and what are the results going to be, and if it's this, then what, and all that stuff. And so, I mean, I could have made a video, but I think, not that I'm a very entertaining guy and my personality's, you know, just off the charts or anything, but I just felt like, you know, my mood wouldn't have been very good to make videos and put it out there. So I just didn't feel like, you know, getting the camera out and the tripod and microphone and doing the editing and all that stuff. And so I just wasn't feeling it, I guess. But hopefully in the next week or so I'll start my videos back, start cooking again and all that stuff. So that's kind of a breakdown of the past couple of months and why I hadn't made a video in about a month or so. And I hope that helps my subscribers, and I hope maybe that helps with somebody that's just been diagnosed with sarcoidosis and all that stuff. And just some advice, and I should have followed my own advice, but the worst thing that you can do when you have something like this happen is to start searching the internet, because the internet gives you the worst case scenarios of everything, and all it does is make you worry more. So just a little piece of advice there. Also, to people who don't do videos but subscribe to people on YouTube like myself, and watch the videos, keep in mind that everybody who does videos, I mean, it does take, I didn't realize how much time it took to make a video. Some of these guys that are putting out 3 and 4 videos a week, I don't know how they do it. I can't do it. But just the time to drag out all the stuff and film it and edit it and try to make it look decent and that kind of stuff, it takes several hours. And then upload it and then put your comments and you know, anything that you want to add and all that stuff. It takes several hours, 3-4 hours. So just keep in mind that if somebody doesn't post videos for a couple of hours, the questions asking about, you know, is everything okay? The concerned comments are awesome, and thank everybody for doing that. Some comments are just like, they're almost angry because you haven't made a video in a while. And just keep in mind that all these people making videos, they're doing it on their own time, and it does take a lot of time to do. And you know, they have lives other than making YouTube videos. They have families, you know, they may have children with ball games and graduations and this and that, or life may happen where something with their health comes up. And so just keep that in mind. If you want to inquire about their, you know, what's going on with their channel, do it in a way that is concerned, rather than, you know, you're just mad because they haven't done a video in a while. And that goes a long way. Again, to all my subscribers, thank you very much for your concern and for your kind words, for your encouraging words. I'll keep you updated on what's going on with the AFib and that kind of thing. And I'll try to get some more videos started again here for you within the next week or so. I look forward to doing those. And until then, I'll be piddling.